everyone. Today we will discuss different concepts related to the polarization of the dielectric. By now we have understood what are dielectrics, right? And before we discuss this, we need to understand the behavior of the polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics in the external electric field. Now for that, let's consider that if we have a polar dielectric. So what are polar dielectrics? We know that the polar dielectrics are the dielectrics in which there is a permanent dipole moment because the center of masses of the positive and the negative charges do not coincide. So we are talking about polar dielectrics. In external electric field. So let's consider that if this is a sample of the polar dielectric. So in this sample of polar dielectric, we have different molecules which have permanent dipole moment even in the normal conditions, right? So that means each molecule is having a permanent dipole moment and these are aligned in random manner in the absence of electric field, right? So this is when E naught, yani E external, when this is 0. So what is the case here? These are randomly aligned molecules. So therefore, the net dipole moment is 0 when the external field is 0, right? But when this polar dielectric is kept in the external electric field, we can consider that this as figure A, right? And when this polar dielectric is kept in the external electric field, so what will happen that if we consider this, we know that under the effect of the external field, these molecules which already have dipole moments in normal condition will try to align along the direction of electric field. We know that when the dipole moment is along the direction of electric field, this is the most stable equilibrium position for a dipole, right? So that means these try to align along the direction of electric field, right? Here, how much these align, and to what extent these align along the direction of electric field depends on two factors. First thing, I will tell you to write all these things. So this is your figure B. So I'll tell you both the factors after completing this figure. So we are talking about the external electric fields. These are trying to align in the presence of the external electric field. So this is the external electric field. So when these are kept in the external electric field, what is happening? It has net dipole moment along direction of electric field. Got it? So here you have checked here that some of the molecules are not perfectly aligned along the electric field. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that this alignment, extent of alignment, or you can say the extent of polarization of a polar dielectric in external electric field depends on two factors, right? So I am rubbing this board. Now we will discuss those two factors here. First factor is the potential energy of the dipole. So we know that potential energy of the dipole, which tries to align it along the electric field, right? Second is the thermal energy. Thermal energy results in the random movement. So you can say that the thermal energy of the molecules, right, which tries to disalign the molecules. So relative strength of these two factors decides how much is the polarization, to what is the extent of the polarization, or how much is the alignment of the polar molecules along the electric field in the presence of external electric field. Both the things are very important. So we have just seen that polar dielectrics develop net dipole moment along the direction of the electric field. Now let's check about the non-polar dielectrics in the external electric field. So second is the non-polar dielectrics in external electric field. So if we look at this sample, suppose this is our non-polar dielectric, right? So in the absence of external electric field, that means when this is 0, so that means you can say that the external field is 0. In this case, this is a non-polar dielectric. So we know that the center of masses of the positive and the negative charges coincides. So that's why these are non-polar in normal case. Right? So if we draw the diagram, this will look like this. But what happens if we have an external electric field? Here we know that net dipole moment will be 0. Right? Here, this is because they don't have inherently any dipole moment. But when these are placed in external electric field, there will be a stretching of these molecules such that these are aligned. The dipole moment is aligned along the direction of the electric field. So this way, these will develop a net dipole moment along the direction of electric field. This is the direction of electric field, right? And this is the direction of the dipole moment of each molecule, right? So we will have net dipole moment the electric field. So you can say both in the case of polar molecules and non-polar molecules, we have the development of the dipole moment in the presence of the external electric field, right? Now, when these are kept in external electric field, in both the cases we have a development of electric field. So, how that process actually takes place, on what factors it depends. We have discussed one thing, that the extent of polarization depends on potential energy and the thermal energy. Third thing which is very important is that the nature of the dielectric material, right? That means the molecular nature of the material of the dielectric also decides the extent of polarization. Obviously, we know at molecular level we have this concept which is very, very important. So look at this, that if we are talking about polarization, what is polarization? It is the development of equal and opposite charges on a dielectric, right? This is called polarization. So polarization is denoted by this, and this polarization is obviously proportional to the electric field intensity when a dielectric is kept in external electric field. Now, if we remove this proportionality sign, we can place this is called as susceptibility of the dielectric material. So, where we have Xe as susceptibility of the dielectric material, which depends on the nature of the dielectric. Right? Now, this is all about polarization. Now, we have this concept polarization which I have stated. What is this? This is the development of process of developing equal and opposite charges on a dielectric slab, right? So let's discuss the process of polarization in detail by taking a dielectric slab, right? So here we will consider a dielectric slab which is kept in the external electric field, right? So here, if we are considering this dielectric slab which is kept in the external electric field, suppose this is a dielectric slab, now this dielectric slab has different molecules, whether it is a polar dielectric or non-polar dielectric, right? We know that it is an insulator, dielectric is an insulator, so it will not have any free charges, right? So, there will be a stretching of the molecules. A stretching of the molecules means, if we are talking about a molecule here, so if this is the positive side of the plate from where electric field is applied externally, so this is going this way only. So this is the external electric field. So this is the minus plate from where this external electric field is applied, right? And each molecule will have a stretching in the presence of the external electric field. So this is the positive side. So the negative side of the molecule will be stretched this way and the positive will be stretched this way. Similarly, we have the stretching of the next molecule like this and next molecule like this. So this way we can complete the diagram. So if we look at this, we know that each minus charge will remain attracted towards this positive plate, right? And the positives of these molecules are near the negatives of the other molecule. Then positive of the next molecule is near the negative of the next molecule, and so on. So these, what happens is that these cancel out the effect of each other. So we can consider this slab to be equivalent to this case, where we can consider that our slab is in this external field and we have a slab which has developed negative and positive charges on its surface. So what does that mean? Here we have this positive, this positive, this positive as before, this negative, negative, this as before. This is external electric field, right? So this plate will look like as if it has minus charges on this surface and plus charges on this surface. So there will be charge minus Q on this side and plus Q on this side. So if we talk about this surface area, if we look at this plate, suppose our dielectric plate is like this, right? This is the plate. So this area is the surface area of this plate. So this surface area I cannot show here. This is a two-dimensional figure. So this is the surface area of this plate, right? This is the front face. This is the separation between the two ends of the plate, and this is the area of cross section of this plate. So that means this can be considered as minus Q plus Q separated by distance d. Now here we can define an important term, polarization density, which generally we call as polarization. So this is polarization or polarization density. This is denoted by P vector and this is called the dipole moment developed. Dipole moment developed in the dielectric up per unit volume. Right? So if we look at the dipole moment of the dielectric, what will be the dipole moment? This will be either charge into separation between the two. We know this formula. So we can put here that this is either charge into separation between the two, and volume means we have just discussed this thing, that this is the separation between the ends and this is the area of cross section. So if we multiply this area of cross section by this height, this is a cuboid now. So if this is the area of cross section of the base, this is the height, this will be equivalent to length into breadth into height. So we can say that area of the plate, area of cross section of the plate multiplied by d, this gives us the volume. So we look at this. So this polarization density is equal to Q upon A. So if we look at this, you can drop this and write it here. So this polarization density is charge upon area, and this gives us the surface charge density. I am writing T suffix here because this is due to the polarization. So I can write that here it is minus sigma P and here it is plus sigma P. So this is equal to, you can say that this is equal to the surface charge density. So this is what? Polarization density. Right? So that's all.